Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this one we're going to touch on this week's gaming news. Diablo Immortal arrived. A Marvel MMO that was meant to be upcoming has been cancelled this week. V-Rising is selling extremely well, and there's a mod for Elden Ring which lets you play with a buddy the entire way through. And we've got some more future releases coming to look at, so let's get into it. Diablo Immortal arrived on mobile and was rather fun according to the reviews, but the PC version especially is god-awful, with terrible resolution and zoom issues. But the main issue with the game is the monetization. Like most games these days, they pack more pay-to-win options than actual gameplay, and of course the fan base and gamers in general are getting a bit fed up with the pay-to-win monetization bullshit. But we are just waiting for the game studios to finally realise it. So if you haven't tried Diablo Immortal yet, I'd say probably don't. Moving on to Elden Ring. So there's an early beta release of a mod that has been launched which allows you to play with friends through the entire game, including bosses, dungeons, the underworld, etc. This is what should have been released with the game. So no more summoning and friends leaving your world without you wanting them to. It's absolutely amazing what they've managed to create here. You can grab the mod on Nexus Mods, and it says if a player dies, they will respawn in the same world at the last bonfire that they rested at, and the session will not be terminated. Defeating enemy bosses and clearing areas no longer sends co-operators home. All fog walls, barriers that usually restrict the multiplayer zone, along with their respective teleports, are now completely gone. All players can use torrent, assuming they have the whistle, in a session together, which is great because running around does take a hell of a long time. All map waypoints will synchronize, allowing you to navigate the world in a group much easier. When one player rests at a site of grace, the world state will reset for all the players. This is necessary to prevent enemy desync, and game progression events completed in online play will also progress the game in your own world. So you're free to explore the map with your friends, including the overworld, the underground, legacy dungeons, etc, together, and you can even split up if you wish, and all the progress you've made in your friend's world will correlate back to your own game. That is an amazing mod, and I will link that in the description for you guys below. Moving on, we've had a Marvel MMO that has been cancelled. Now, I first saw this last year. It sort of came out saying they're going to make a Marvel MMO, and it's already been canned. There's been a few leaked screenshots from the game which I'll put up now, and as you can see, it looks a lot like a Fortnite-esque stylized thing going on. I'm not a huge fan of that myself, but for those of you who knew about it and were excited, then unfortunately, well, this ain't happening until someone else picks it up and runs with the idea. Insomniac's 2018 Spider-Man that was never coming to PC is now coming to PC. Now, I've got this game on my PS4. It's actually awesome. I love it. My son loves it. I mean, who doesn't like Spider-Man? I know I do. Swinging through New York has never felt so good, until it comes out on PC, of course. And apparently it's coming in August, so there's one to keep your eye on. One game that I saw a trailer of, I think last year, was the Callisto Protocol. Now, this game is set in the future. You're an inmate in a Jupiter prison, and inmates are turning into creatures. It's a third-person survival horror game, and if you like Dead Space, then this has definitely got the vibes from those games. Now, this is set for release in December this year, 2022, so if you're a horror game lover, this might be right up your alley. V-Rising is doing great on Steam currently. I put a video out the other day on it, which I'll ping at the top of the screen if you want to see that. It's very in-depth, and it's great for an early release title with so much depth to it. Over 30 bosses to defeat and building up your own castle from the ground up as you suck the blood of innocent victims makes the game rather enjoyable. It's sitting at very positive on Steam with over 1.5 million copies sold, and for £15 it's definitely worth giving it a go. Escape from Tarkov has had some news this week in the form of a standalone kind of arena style shooter. So this will be all the mechanics that we know from Tarkov, but in a more arena style first person shooter game. The name is aptly Arena, and it will take place in areas of Tarkov's maps. It will have PvP and PvE modes, weapon unlocks, etc, etc. If you own the Edge of Darkness package of Escape from Tarkov, this will be free to you as a DLC. If not, this is a standalone paid game. I'm not sure what this is for, if I'm honest. Maybe to get more casual players like me used to the mechanics to take into the main game, or to bring new players into Tarkov from that standalone one itself, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. And last but not least, the Summer Games Fest is coming up, so we will get to see more game info and news on upcoming projects from that. I may start doing some more newsworthy videos like this in the future, so if you want to see me more doing more of this stuff, then please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you got something from this, and of course consider subscribing for more from me, and I'll catch you in the next one.